Hey, Eater 170, part 5. Part 5. I think this might be the last one, or I might even do part 6. Like epilogue of Love in a Foreign Land. Where did we leave off last time? Kay has talked to Jay on the phone. She's in Korea, deported, banned for life for coming to America. She's agreed to divorce him. He's not interested in coming back to Korea to meet her. It is early summer 2018. The police have been to the house. They've told him he's under no suspect at all. They've searched the house and found none of the money. They found, a couple $100, and he accounted for it and said, that's just petty cash that we keep in the house. Otherwise, she has no bank account. They looked everywhere, top to bottom. They searched the house. They couldn't find it. And he's still in a fog, right? He's still in a fog. So he doesn't comprehend everything at that point when the police are searching. So they've officially closed the case. It's done. It's finished. She's deported, no criminal charges against him. She's banned for life from entering the United States and territories. So that's done. In their eyes, case closed. So he just has the divorce to go through. So she's now on the phone with him and asking him for a favor. If she will sign the papers, she wants a favor. And what did you guys say? Well, it's about the money. And she tells him there's $100,000 in cash, in small bills. She's not going to tell him where. But if she sends it to him or sends it to a friend in America, they will make sure it gets to her. She wants that money. And he's like, what? You have money in the house? The cops searched for it. They couldn't find it. She goes, I'll tell you where it is, but I want you to send it to me. He's like, all right, let me think about it. Hangs up, thinks about it. He talks to his friend. His friend is like, buddy, you got shafted. You should find the money and keep it for yourself. What is she going to do? She can't come back to the States. She can't tell the police. What is she going to do? So he's thinking about it, and he starts looking. Now, him and his friend, he asked his friend to come over and help him look because he wanted a fresh set of eyes. But he was looking around the house because the police looked at everywhere. Now he starts to think, where would I put it so that I couldn't find it accidentally? They're looking everywhere the police looked, and then they start looking behind like secret places, trying to find nothing. Looking in all the clothes, looking behind, like under floor, trying to find loose floorboards or wall panels or stuff like that, or looking for fresh dirt outside that maybe she buried it or something like that, or, outlandish things, because the police searched the apartment that she was renting to do the jobs in, and they didn't find, they found, a couple thousand there, but not $100,000. So where is this money? And then it hits him. Where do you think it is? I'll give you a second. Because he's been in a fog this whole time. Now this is about, as far as I know, this is about 2 weeks after this situation happened. It happened very quickly. Like, let's say she was arrested on a Monday night. By Wednesday, she's deported. Friday, she told him that there's money. So we're talking about 5 to 7 days. This has all happened. And now we're into like the 14th day or 10th day. Less than 2 weeks, they're searching the house looking for this money. They're searching, and where do you think it is? It's in the Florida house. Maybe. Because it's not in the Alaska house. Now, He didn't even think about the Florida house because it's under his mother's name, right? And the police didn't even bother to ask, and he didn't even bother to tell them because it didn't register with him, right? And the police aren't going to ask him, do you have another house or what have you, or where's your mother's house, or it just, they didn't make that connection, right? So it's in the Florida house. Now he can't go down there. He can't go down there. So, because he's still got some time left before he has to go. But now he's got all these things going on in his head. What's going to happen? So she's constantly texting him. You know, what's your answer? What's your answer? I want to get that money. I need that money. I have nothing here in Korea. I sold everything. You owe it to me, blah, 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 blah. So he's thinking, this is now still early summer. So he can't go down there. But he's afraid of what might happen. So what he does is he talks to his boss and he gets 2 weeks, 10 days or something like that. And he flies down to Florida. And first thing he does, he gets into the house and he starts tearing the place apart, looking everywhere, top to bottom. He can't find anything. Looking everywhere. And then in the basement of his mother's house, and if you know anything about older people, they collect books and magazines. They keep those. Where do you think the money was? He stops for a minute. Now, this is after looking all day for like a day or two. And then he stops and he thinks, and he's like, pulls a book from the shelf, flutters open the book, out pops a bill. Takes another one, more bills. Goes through every book on the shelf. We're talking about a shelf that goes from there to there, like thousands of books and magazines piled up high, like a hoarder style, right? He didn't care, like it was his mom's and he just kept it for nostalgic sense. Hey guys, sorry about that. The battery on my phone died. So what was I saying? The magazines in the basement were, you know, his mom's. He kept them for nostalgic purposes. And, you know, he had to pay to get somebody to get them out. So anyway, he's going through all of these and has a pile of cash. And he starts counting it. And how much do you think there was? $100,000? $150,000? $200,000? $278,000. $250,000 US dollars in used small bills. Yeah. So what is he gonna do? He's got all this money. Packs it all up. And he buys a couple of safes. Puts it in his house. And, sorry, no, what happened? How did he get it back? Where did he? I don't remember how he got it back to, did he get it back to Alaska or did he? No, sorry. He bought these huge safes. Like, we're talking tons of what, you can't lift these things. And in the house in Florida, he put all the money in the safe and locked it away in a, like, I think he said it was like a gun safe. These things you cannot move unless you have a tractor. Like, they had to bring it in with this crane through the window into the house. That's how heavy it is. So nobody's going to carry this thing out, and nobody's going to drill through it. So oh, I missed a part. I'm so sorry. I missed a part. Did I miss? No, okay. So now this is like, what, 2 or 3 weeks after the arrest. So he's found all this money. So he's put it all in the safe, right? So it's secured, because he didn't want it lying around there, right? And he takes about like 40,000 with him, and he goes back to Alaska. Now, yeah, he gets back to Alaska, and he goes home to his Alaska house, and the first thing he does is he goes through all of the books in the bookshelf, and lo and behold, although he doesn't have a lot of books, he finds more money, about another $50,000 in money. So what is he going to do with all of this? So he keeps talking to his friend, and he's saying, like, you know, you should keep it. You know, all of the money you spent, all of the traveling, all of the vacations, everything you did, you should keep it. He's thinking about it. So he takes the money that he has in Alaska, asks his friend to hold on to it in his safe. His friend is trustworthy, no problem. Anyway, goes back to work, and he talks to Kay, and he tells her, he lies to her. He says that he gave all the money to the police, and she loses it. Starts yelling and screaming at him that she's going to kill him, that she's going to send people to his house, and blah, blah, blah. He doesn't know who she is, and what have you, and he hangs up. She keeps calling. He blocks the number. So he goes to work. A couple days later, week later, or what have you, and, you know, she's constantly texting. He's blocked all the messages, blocked all the emails. He's getting unknown numbers now because she's calling from other numbers. And every time he just blocks it and adds the number to the block list, etc., etc. He's getting emails and stuff, threatening emails and stuff, you know. So he's still thinking what he's going to do. And this is about a week or two later, and he gets a call at work, and the police. He's wondering, what the hell now? What has she done? What do you think happened? Well, they say, you need to come to your home right away. He says, why? We'll explain. He gets home, there's been a break-in. They have gone, not through the house, straight to all the books, and every book on the shelf has been pulled off and torn apart. Nothing else in the house is touched. Now, he's already taken the money out. So he knows who, and the police are like, you know, these are different police than the ones that arrested his wife. So they don't put two and two together. He says, oh, I don't know what's going on. It's like they take fingerprints, they do this, they do that, and, you know, open case. He says, I don't know. This is probably kids or something like that. I don't know. And they probably started to look for stuff, and then somebody scared them away. That's why the house isn't. Anyway, so he gets another call about a couple days later. This time he picks up. He goes, hi. She's like yelling and screaming at him. He goes, I know what you did. She goes, what? Well, I gave I got the police to fingerprint the whole house, and now your friend's fingerprints are with the police. And she's immediately backs off. She's like, oh no, don't do that. My friends they're not involved in this. I just told them, to help me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do anything. Just don't. And she goes, if I see one Korean near my house, if I see one Korean following me, if I see one thing happen to my house in Florida, whether it's you or somebody else, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the text messages and emails that you sent me and the fingerprints, and I'm going to give them to the police, and I'm going to tell them what happened. I want you to leave me alone. So she backs down. He hangs up the phone. And that was the last time he ever heard from her. He took the money and he kept it. And he used it to buy a new truck, pay off some minor debt, and add to replace some of the money that he had spent over the 3 years on her. He probably spent much more than that, but this is a happy ending. Imagine if she hadn't left the money, or it had been someplace else that he would not have found. So the moral of this story is, for the men who think that they can change a woman who is a professional, it's never going to happen. Unfortunately, in this case, this is the same story I've heard over and over again in Korea from others. And I've seen. I have a friend, another friend, same situation he had. And he is super smart and well knowledgeable about the ladies of Southeast Asia. I'm not going to say who it is or what country, because he watches these videos, but he knows. And I told him, you gotta be careful. And he says, yeah, I know. And he got, not scammed, but he lost a little bit. And he learned. But boys, you gotta take care of yourself, and don't think you can change a woman who is one of these professional ladies. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Love in a foreign land. Itaewon Sammy. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm out.